Yo, it's Monday night, the lights shine bright. Chubby and Johnny bring it the insight. We recap the show, every slam and every throw. In the ring, all the drama, just let it flow. Sit, fight, let's break it down raw. Monday Night Raw, we're running like a clock. Chubby and HotBody, we're ready to rock. In the square circle, nothing's ever the same. Breaking down the action, we're playing the game. From high-flying moves to the heavyweight brawls, hear the crowd roar as the superstars fall. Chubby's got the laughs, Johnny brings the heat. With every punchline, we won't face defeat. We're the kings of the block, hear the crowd lights. Monday Night Raw, we're running like a clock. Chubby and HotBody, we're ready to rock. In the square circle, nothing's ever the same. Breaking down the action, we're playing the game. So tune next week, keep it locked on the show with Chubby and Johnny. You already know.
All right. I love that fucking song. We went live, but it just popped up that there's a problem with our Facebook feed. So I'm going to share the YouTube link on the Facebook real quick. See. So what's going on there, Mr. HotBody? How you doing this evening?
I'm doing okay. Facebook has always been a problem for me. That's why I'm not on it. How about that wrestling tonight? Did you see something good about that?
No.
I don't know if we're going to be calling this the Summer Scam or Summer Slam, but to me, it's the Summer Scam.
You know, if we had to pay full price like an AEW or something, then it would completely be Summer Scam.
Well, I believe it's still a scam because you're paying. Somewhere along the line, you're paying for this crap, whether it's for the cock or for Netflix, which is another theft in its own. You're paying for it. An hour of your time, 2 hours of your time. Any more time is more valuable than anything. And you know, with the way it looks to me, TKO is tanking the WWE, and they don't care. There's about to be more cuts in the talent. Yeah, just stay tuned.
Yeah, tonight's show was very lackluster. I mean, you're less than 2 weeks out from your second biggest PLE of the year, your first time going 2 nights with Summer Scam, and a very, very lackluster Monday Night Raw tonight.
Well, did you expect anything more from them?
Hey, you know what? Like I said to you in a text, I try to remain positive and hope for the best. And It left me disappointed.
I'm always positive that the WE will disappoint anymore. I'm never positive that you're going to get a good show. That's for sure. I mean, the days of when anyone cared about the product they put out are long gone.
Wow. Well, real quick, we have Michelle in the house. Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, Michelle.
Good evening, Michelle. As always.
As always. All right, so show started off tonight. It was interesting tonight because normally that opening segment takes up a good 30 minutes. And they started it off with the video package of the whole recap of what had happened leading up to SummerSlam. That was a good 2-minute video package. Then they did the opening with Michael Cole and Corey Graves, and then the music hit. CM Punk comes out for his opening in-ring promo, in which he was joined by Gunther, and it was very short, sweet, to the point, and all that was done within 15 minutes.
Well, well, they needed to save the time for that great opening match.
Yo.
At least it wasn't. At least it wasn't another 20 minutes opening with the man's model for her clothes, Seth Rollins. Seriously, a few weeks ago, I remember you saying, "Oh, Seth Rollins is opening up again in another boring promo."
Mm-hmm.
Well, this week you got worse than that, and you thought it couldn't get any worse, right?
Yeah, I mean, we got, and I know Johnny is not a fan of CM Punk, but I am. And usually Punk can deliver nice promos, but it was just like he didn't, wasn't even there. And Gunther came in and he just laid it on the line, short, sweet, to the point, got out. It was just a lackluster build-up for a world title match.
Well, that tells you we're kind of here's the thing. I don't see CM Punk as a world champion, and I don't think they do either. Right now, I believe that he's there because he was going to sell them ratings. He was going to get them network deals. And that's about it, because it would be the same reason why Logan Paul's there, because they're able to cut their own deals. It's not because they're able to so much care about the business, to say.
Right.
I believe that I've said this for a while now. Punk's best days are behind him. I'm sure he'll be getting it. He'll be handed a title, and at that point it'll be an afterthought, because right now I don't think that Gunther losing to CM Punk would be of any value to the character of Gunther, that they've invested a lot of time and company character creativity there. You have to remember, CM Punk is not a character that they created. That's what I mean by caring about a character that they didn't create.
I get you. I mean, I get you. Let's see. Gianni's in the house. What's up, my brother?
Hello, Gianni.
Joey, the Brooklyn Ball Buster. Joey the Bouncer's in the house. What's going on, Joey?
I love that. I love that name.
Johnny cracks up every week with that.
Joe.
Michelle says, as always, the lady stole the show. Our girl Stephanie is so amazing, but the rest was dry like toast with no jelly. Laugh out loud. I can't wait to get into that because I want to discuss that. But like Johnny said, we got another one. That's a no one. SJ in the house. Hi, guys.
Hello, SJ.
So, opening match, and Johnny already said the wonderful opening match. Now, these guys put on like a classic, and I said this earlier in my little preview video. This was a classic slobber knocker 2 weeks ago, where they beat the shit out of each other, and it made the match, and it grew the match as it went on. This never took off at all tonight. It went nowhere, and honestly, I was saying to myself, Rusev won the first one. I'm like, all right, Sheamus is going to win this one, and then I can see them doing like SummerSlam, 2 out of 3 falls or something.
Just imagine if this was on Summer Scam. It would be a scam.
Absolutely.
Quite truthfully, I was thinking the same thing you were. On paper, this originally sounded like it'd be something worth seeing, but it seems like both these guys tonight mailed it in.
Mm-hmm.
I guess someone told them in the back it doesn't matter at this point. Yous are both not going anywhere. Yous are lucky to have a job. As for Rusev just getting his job back, after seeing that match, I believe the reason why he got his job back was because Sheamus probably put in a good word for him. And tonight, Triple H seen what two friends are able to do in the ring. Sometimes that magic can't be created, no matter how hard you try.
I don't think they tried that hard tonight.
Oh, yes and no. They go out there, they still have to perform.
Right.
Did they go out there and do their best? No, that's what I mean by they mailed it in.
Right.
I think someone told them that this match really doesn't matter much. Don't have to work too hard. The other matches that we're going to see are going to be so much greater that there's no reason for you guys to take that many big bumps. Somebody was lying, because this is enough. And this is what I'm telling you. The WE, no matter what anybody will try to tell you about these PLEs doing great, and they're feeling. You could just see it. You if you cannot see this, I don't know what you're watching. It's probably the ass shaking of Stephanie Valkyrie.
Well, I'm saying that for sure. But the one thing I'm saying too, and if you noticed, the last few weeks, I know, like when they were here in Nashville 2 weeks ago, I think it was, they announced the attendance at like, I think it was like 12,000. And that's like a 15,000 seat arena, and they announced it as a sellout. Tonight in Houston, they announced, I think, 14,000, and that's probably like a 16,000 seat arena, and they're announcing it as a sellout.
Well, they've always announced it as a sellout. I remember in the days of the Philadelphia Spectrum, I forget the exact numbers that building held, but they would always say that there was a sellout, and you will look around, and I was able to do this because I worked there. And there was a lot of empty seats in the house. Absolutely. It's like I told you, though. It's because these seats are sold. The shows are sold. Mm-hmm. And what a lot of people don't understand about that, Chubby, in case someone is watching and they don't understand what that means, companies buy it. And they'll buy lots of these tickets, big lots of these tickets, and they'll give them to the CEO's family and friends, and they'll pass them around. That doesn't always mean that someone's going to go. It's the same with hockey. It's the same with baseball and football also. People pass around tickets, and that doesn't mean that someone is willing to go sit in an arena when the best seat in the house is truly at home.
At home, absolutely. I mean, and especially like nowadays, I don't know what it is here in Nashville to go park at their arena, But I've heard to park in Philly, at the arena in Philly, is I think $40 to $50 now for an event.
Yes, you're right. And in some of the areas they'll charge you up to $80
Yeah,
and
yeah,
tell you, listen, I'll get your car out of here before anybody else could get out. You know, the valets, they scam the people.
absolutely, absolutely. All right, so next up after that, we had a little backstage thing real quick with El Grande Americano and Dragon Lee. They got into it backstage, which was going to be leading into our three-way tag team match. But then also too, right after that segment, we saw my girl Bailey with Lyra Valkyria, whatever the hell her name is. I always get confused with that name, and I don't care because I don't like her. But her and Lyra's like, what are you doing? Why did you arrange for this tag match? We're fighting. I don't like you. I don't want to be involved in this. And Bailey's like, yeah. We're going to do this. We're going to win. We're going to beat the champs. We're going. So they had a match coming up later in the show against Raquel and Roxanne, which was interesting. But before that, so we had the three-way match for number one contenders, which the winner will face the tag team champs, the Judgment Day, at SummerSlam. So we had the New Day taking on the Creed brothers, taking on the LWO. And, it's crazy. As I watched this match, I said to myself, you have, in all reality, three phenomenal tag teams. If they were just fucking booked right with the Judgment Day as well, you have four amazing tag teams. You could have a hell of a tag team fucking stable of storylines going like crazy.
And
What's that?
and
I'm just saying, why is it not being done? Because they don't know what they're doing.
Raw has, what is it? Raw has 2.5 hours. They don't know what to book. They don't know what to do. They have talent there. They're not booking them in matches. They're booking them in backstage nonsense. And on SmackDown, everybody complained that 3 hours was too much of wrestling when they weren't even booking any wrestling there. And you tell me that they're making money. I mean, seriously, they're not making money. They truly cannot be making money with the way they're booking this crap. At this point, do they even care?
Well, I guess we'll find out next week when WWE Unreal drops on next Tuesday, so we can really see behind the scenes of how this whole booking situation happens.
It's going to be some of the worst things that happen to professional wrestling besides the WWE going to Netflix.
So, getting back to this tag match, because we're going to talk about this whole Unreal thing too at some point. First off, who's this Joaquin Wild dude? Where did he come from? Or was I just asleep for the last year?
I believe you've been asleep for a while. The LWO has always been an afterthought. They're just now starting to use him for TV filler time. He's been with them for quite a while, although the talent that's been part of the LWO has quite often shifted.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, he's been with them a while. He has been. And where did he come from? The NXT.
I mean, that kid's a star.
He is. He's. But here's the thing. A kid like him is booked to fly around, and a guy like him that flies around doesn't have a long career in the WWE.
No,
they truly don't. You could take what I'm saying and look at Ricochet.
Yeah, well, Ricochet, I mean, he seemed like he never got over, though.
And neither does the LWO. Quite seriously, they never have gotten over. I don't know why, although I do know why, and I'm going to censor myself on my theory of why certain tag teams and certain groups are working and they shouldn't be working, quite honestly. When you weigh 165, 180 pounds, 85 pounds, I don't believe that that was what the WWE was supposed to be.
Oh, it never was.
And there's part of the reason why it's failing at this point. There's no real stars here.
You know what? I said that to myself tonight. Like, it was very evident and clear, you know, when a person like Roman comes back and you see how truly big of a star he is and how over he is, it really kind of dwarfs the rest of that locker room.
Yes, and I've been saying this all along. The WE may have a lot of talent, but is it talent worthwhile of being in the WWE? The whole thing about the business, why it's failing, is because half the talent that's allowed into the business shouldn't be in the business. And I'll stick to my theory on this.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I mean, look, Jelly Roll is being given a position as opposed to a locker room that's supposedly full of talent. The question lies, if the locker room was truly full of talent, why would they rely on Jelly Roll?
And, you know, in typical WWE fashion, when it comes to these PLEs, they do so many of these three-way matches, fatal four-way matches. They're doing this tag match where, you know, I honestly, like, I looked at it at one point, I said to myself, they basically didn't have anything to put in a good spot for Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, and Logan Paul. So they threw them into this mix with Jelly Roll to give them something to do.
Well, sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, listen, I tell you, there's talent in the WWE. It's just not being booked correctly.
Right.
And if it was up to me, a lot of the talent that's there, first of all, I'd have you step on a scale. If you didn't come close to that 200-pound mark, you'd be fired. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This isn't the acrobatic Circus Soleil. If you want to see a bunch of skinny guys in tights jump around, bring back Ringling Brothers.
Joey says, Jelly Roll, what a joke.
See?
Yeah, a lot of people are not really happy about the Jelly Roll thing.
Well, it could have been worse. You could have had Travis Scott. Nobody was happy about that either.
At least they got rid of him. They decided not to use him no more.
Look, Carly B's wrestling also. Did you hear this? Carly, I don't even know.
Cardi B.
I don't know what is it?
Cardi B.
Cardi B. What did I say it was?
Carly. Yeah.
It just goes to show you how much I know who and what these people are. I don't know who this is, nor do I really care who this is. The same with Jelly Roll. I never heard of this freaking moron until Triple Nose made the sad mistake to let his rap stars. I didn't know rap stars were from the South and were a bunch of rednecks. I never heard of rap stars being rednecks. What's this world coming to?
Hey, what they had Bad Bunny in there too a couple years ago. So,
Well, at least the best thing that happened with Bad Bunny was Priest. What
Damien
was
Priest.
Damian Priest beat him so bad he's never came back or thought about wrestling again. And look, here's another guy. I'm not a fan of Damian Priest, but he's a big dude, and they can't give him work, but they're giving work to Jerky Roll.
Yeah, it's true. He doesn't have a match in SummerSlam, right? Damien
Yeah,
Priest.
no, and he hasn't had a match on TV in quite some time, which is what I'm telling you about this
Mhm.
booking. You know, when you have Randy Orton doing clown matches with some dude that's named after a fruitcake, that tells you what the dude's personality truly is. He's a fruitcake, and that's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it, and so are you. As long as I'm on this end of the mic, you'll listen to what I have to say. And Jelly Roll is a fruitcake, last I checked. But anyway, I don't get it. This is another reason why when I hear the people that say they know something about wrestling go, well, AEW sucks. Well, I've been doing wrestling for a long time. My whole life I've been following it, and whatever. But the truth of the matter is, I think AEW it could do a lot better than what WWE's doing.
Uh, just going to
Give
throw
me the book over there. I'll blow the doors off the WA.
this question out there. Did you happen to watch Slammiversary last night? TNA.
I didn't even. I listen. I've been watching Sharks.
That's right. It's Shark Week.
It's Shark Week, man. And you're lucky. You're lucky. Listen, I'm so aggravated that I got to miss Shark Week tonight.
All right. So next up, we had another backstage promo. The Kabuki Warriors and Io Sky talking, and then Stephanie Valkyrie comes in, and Stephanie and Io set up for their match for later tonight. And then another backstage promo. New Day is talking, and Grayson Waller comes in and says he's now able to be the third member of New Day, and he wants to be known as the Big G. And they're like, what the hell are you talking about? Where did this come from, and what is going on?
I agree with New Day. What the hell is going on in the WWE lately? But
And they even said it seems like
Grayson,
nobody knows what's going on.
well, they're all getting ready for Vince to come back. Nah, listen. Quite seriously, no one knows what they're doing behind the scenes or in front of the camera. The wrestling's been pitiful. These backstage segments are the worst, and hopefully New Day is shooting when they say no one knows what's going on here. Quite seriously, Grecian formula, whatever this kid's name is, he was the worst thing to even be hired. I get it. He's from Australia. With Rhea Ripley, you had to take a bunch of the stragglers from Australia with her, and they gave this kid a shot. Too bad he dragged down A-Town. That's my theory. That kid, Austin Theory, I believe, had a chance, but being stuck in a tag team with an idiot only drug down his value. And along with Vince McMahon being gone, Triple Nose, I guess, not being a fan of his, hasn't given him a chance to shine to his value that I believe he's truly worth.
Well, I want to see if they're really going to do something with it. Are they going to, like, because again, they have so much talent just floating around in that locker room that they don't know what to do with.
Unfortunately, they'll probably get to use Austin Theory with great Grecian formula. I believe it'll be a curtain jerker match. Afterthought, maybe the first or second night. It won't have any value, and like I said, it's only dragged down Austin Theory's true value. If he could get himself away from this Austin Theory and hopefully creative could give him some title contention and make him shine, because he's really that damn good. I believe he deserves a shot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, next up, we had now an in-ring promo with Becky Lynch, and she calls Lyra Valkyria out there to talk about their SummerSlam match. And she asked Lyra to shake her hand, and then she went to Decker, and Lyra ended up giving her the, what's it called, the manhandle slam or whatever. And next thing you know, here comes Bayley for their match. Bayley and Lyra team up against Raquel and Roxanne. And I swore up and down, when I saw this match announced this afternoon, I was like, here we go. This is the night Bayley turns heel. And it would have been perfect opportunity because even the announcers, they were kind of setting it up too. Like, don't know what's gotten into Bayley. Doesn't make sense what's going on. Don't know why she'd want to do this. I mean, they were setting it up for the heel turn. I don't know why they didn't. And I don't know where they're going with this whole storyline again, because you got Bayley kind of like a shark circling between Lyra and Becky for this IC belt. I'm assuming Becky's going to drop the belt back to Lyra at SummerSlam. And then what happens with Becky? What happens with Bayley? Like, it just, again, a lot of just talent floating around this locker room that has no direction.
Well, you're right. Bayley is circling, but she's circling the drain, because I think she's done, and she knows that she's done. They're not going to be giving her much more of a push. There's too many girls coming in that are 10 times younger, a lot prettier, and a lot more dynamic on TV. You know, you always talk about Bayley's ability, and I have to question. I'm sorry, I'm reaching for a remote. I'm part of the Nielsen family. I told you I watch TV. I'm worth 20,000. Yeah, but you always tell me about this. Bayley has a talent to work. You know, okay, I'll agree with you. She does have the ability to make other people look awesome, but I don't think she has the presence in front of the TV, the charisma to capture someone's imagination more than I'm here. I'm here. My name is Bayley, and I'm part of the locker room. I don't see her as anything more than that, an afterthought. I tell you, you need to watch the girls that are coming up NXT in the next 6 months or so.
Sol Ruka.
Oh my God, I'm telling you, she's definitely has that it factor.
Absolutely.
And there's also I don't remember her name, but she was in a WBA basketball standout.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yes, and she's like 2-3 inches taller than Rodriguez. Yeah, and she seems to have a lot of the it factor, quite seriously. But then again, how are we going to work with these people? Who's the creative director for the show? It's been sucking lately and doesn't really matter. Hopefully we get some new writers in here by then.
This is where I'm just going to throw it out there again. I can't wait to really truly watch this Unreal show just to see how the chain of command and like how the clogs in this machine work, because at times it's on and more times than not it's not on.
I don't believe you're going to see truly what's going on. I believe you're going to be seeing smoke and mirrors bullshit.
We should do. I guess they'll drop. I think there's 5 episodes. I guess they'll drop all 5 at once.
I don't know. I hope when it drops, it goes right down the drain. I'm not a. I'm not. Listen. Listen. We know how it's done. We know how the magic is created, and that should be protected by the workers. See, I believe that the fans have too much say in a lot of it, and it's my belief what's helping the WWE tank. All these guys that are there and women also, a lot of them do not belong there. They belong at McDonald's or Burger King, maybe a drive-in movie parking cars. Maybe like when it comes to Braun Breaker, he's working in a nightclub as a bouncer, or he's bagging groceries at your local Piggly Wiggly. I don't see a lot of these dudes that should be here in the WA. And if Vince was around, I truly believe a lot of them wouldn't be there.
New name again. Larry Jester says, "Howdy, y'all. What's up, Larry?"
Hello, Larry. Welcome aboard.
So, all right. So with this match, we had Raquel and Roxanne go over to retain their belts, and at the end of the match, I thought to myself, all right, they set it up because Lyra wasn't there for Bailey to make the tag. I'm like, all right, after that, fucking Bailey's going to attack Lyra, sets it up, and they go right to commercial and they just leave it dead in the water. Like, they set it up all night and they abandoned it.
It got you to watch, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
There you go.
Yeah, it did.
There you go.
All right, next up we had Sami Zayn taking on Karrion Kross.
Oh boy, oh boy. Do we really need to speak about these two fellas? I mean, for real. A Pepsi, a beer, a bag of popcorn. I don't know, maybe some pretzels with some cheese nachos. I don't know. If you're at the arena, do you stay and watch it, or do you go and buy something at the concession stand? I'm voting on the concession stand. I told you that this guy, Karrion Kross, I don't know what. Now, here, I know this is going to sound funny coming from me. I never said Sami Zayn couldn't work. I believe it's a waste of Sami Zayn's time and talent to have to work with this Karrion Kross.
Okay, I feel I love the package of Karrion Kross. I love what they're trying to do. Like, they haven't come out. They've been teasing for 3-4 months, whatever the hell they're trying to do. And I am interested. I'm like, they almost got me hooked. And then they put him in that match at was a Saturday night's main event. I was like, it did. I was like, you're killing me here. And tonight was a little better because Sami carried it. But at one point, Karrion Kross was on top of Sami and he's giving him punches, and they were so fucking weak. And it was just, I'm like, you're killing me. The simplest fucking punches, and just, it kills the whole match. It kills this guy's gimmick. I mean, he's a big fucking dude, and Sammy's this little guy, and it just looks so weak, and it was killing me.
I've always thought that when wrestlers throw punches and they hit you in the head, It was some of the worst thought of wrestling spot called in a wrestling match. If you punch somebody in the head that many times, you're liable to break your knuckles. And if you ain't knocking the guy out, you're really weak. I don't know why they even attempt that spot in professional wrestling. As a matter of fact, I don't know why anyone would attempt that in real life. Why don't you try that in real life one time? You punch somebody in the forehead. Tell me what it does for you. But anyway, we're talking about Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross, and you want to know what they're trying to do and where it's going. I don't believe the writers know where it's going. I think somebody went there with a joint in creative. They smoked a joint with whoever it was that was handling this case, and they convinced them that this was a great idea. This is bad, man. This is bad. This is why I tell you, if the WWE really wanted to know what to do with a lot of this talent, they would hire me, because I would make superstars out of these guys. There's so much better booking that can be done for each and every one of these kids. And I could rip into them all week long, and I could rip into them for the next 3 months. And you want to know something? It's not going to get any better for them as long as I'm sitting here ripping them apart.
Yeah.
And that's for sure. Oh, boy.
Larry says, going back to Bailey, he says, I like Bailey, but Johnny has a point. The younger ladies are coming in and taking over. I don't even know half of them now. Laugh out loud. I guess that's what happens when you're off TV for a bit. Yeah. You know what it is? They have so many moving parts now and so much talent that you sneeze, you stub your toe, and you're off TV for a week. Forget it, because your spot's gone.
Quite seriously, I think them bringing in this Lyra Valkyrie and having her put in a session with Bailey and Becky. I think it's the worst thing for this kid. I think it's going to drag her down. Although I think they probably say, well, these are your top shiny stars here. Let's see what you could do with them with a program, as opposed to putting her in a program, have her squash them and move through the roster and build up her prestige is such a great talent that she can't be stopped or held down by any of these girls that don't have what it takes any longer.
Mm-hmm. Another newbie, Tanya Newberry. What's up? I just subbed yesterday. Thank you for subbing. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you, Tanya, and thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Hang out some more. She says, what is up? After tonight, I think our blood pressure.
You eat a couple more of them jelly rolls and buy into this program, your blood pressure is going to go up. That's what's going to go up.
Absolutely.
You should switch to cream puffs.
Larry says, contestants stand brawl like an old Memphis style match. Just kidding. Hey, they were some amazing things. To me, Cross is like Sean O'Hare. Good comparison. I do like that. He has potential, and they give him this weird, crazy, interesting gimmick, and then it's like they don't know where to go from here.
I'll tell you what's wrong here, Larry. I think that if he gave him something good and he had the ability to shine more so than Braun Breaker at this point, it would make them look really stupid that they invested all their money and time and TV entertainment value into Braun Breaker, who I think is one of the worst investments to happen so far.
Michelle says WWE needs to hire Johnny and Bay.
Well, I don't know what Bay's going to do besides probably hold my bag and go get us some burgers and chicken. I won't give him a chance to speak. No, I'm joking, Bay.
Hey, that's the truth. Gianni says they're going to put the company on Stephanie V's shoulders. I don't know about that after tonight, which we're going to get into actually in a second. So Karrion Kross ended up going over using the pipe. For some reason, I still think there's going to be some weird swerve here somewhere where Sammy ends up turning heel and going with Karrion Kross for some reason.
Well, Sammy turning would be a step up for him because he's as dull as it gets, even though he's a hell of a worker. Like I said, the kid can work. There's a lot more to Sami Zayn than holding up his finger and being a boot carrier for Roman Reigns or the Uso family. He's always had the ability to shine more than what they've offered him. The moment they do give him a chance, we'll probably see what Johnny's talking about.
Well, another thing that happened tonight, all through the night, which was very funny, we saw AJ Styles stalking Dirty Dom all night long, being a car valet, a janitor, etc., etc. It was really funny. It finally came to where Dom was coming out of the doctor's examination, and Adam Pearce and AJ corner the doctor to find out what's going on. And the doctor says, I need to file my report first. And then here comes Dom to attack AJ and announce that the match is happening at SummerSlam for the IC belt, AJ versus Dirty Dom.
I can't wait to see this match. I tell you, I always liked AJ. I know you find him to be, I don't know what you find him to
you know what? I
think that AJ is a great talent, not
he
being
is
used correctly. I think this is
exactly.
This will help Dom. This will definitely help Dom look even better than Dom already is. To see AJ play a valet and all those other things, it's funny because I could picture CM Punk being every one of those things but a wrestler.
Larry Jester says Sami Zayn becomes Darth Generico.
Yeah, Larry, we have our good friend, the belt maker. He always talks about Sami Zayn playing that character there. I've never seen it, and I would love to see what we're talking about here. And yeah, anything would be better than what they're giving Sammy now.
Yeah. Gianni says, I honestly would compare Kross to Chuck Palumbo in regards to Sean O'Hare.
Chuck Palumbo, he was good.
Yeah, he was another talent.
He's another one that wasn't part of the clique, or he would have went a lot further.
This is true. So then we have the last match of the night, your main event, which was Stephanie Valkyrie taking on Io Sky. And I was disappointed in this match.
You were disappointed in this match.
I was. I really was. You know why? Because after seeing that level match of Rhea and Io and the high hopes I have for Stephanie, I was hoping for a 4-star match. I think we barely got a 3-star match out of them tonight.
Well, I always tell you, when it comes to Rhea, no matter who she works with, you're going to have a great match. We've seen that with her working with Rodriguez. We've seen her working with what's her name, Nia Jax.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen it with Becky, and we did
Liv.
see it. We've seen it with everyone.
Yeah.
But then here you're expecting to see the same thing from Stephanie and Ito. I would think that Ito would be afraid to let Stephanie outshine her. I don't think Stephanie holds clout in the locker room like Rhea does. You
Right.
know, when Rhea says, I'm going to do this, this, and this to you, Ito says, okay, whatever you want, Rhea. When Ito says to Stephanie, we're going to do this, this, and this, Stephanie has to say, okay, Ito.
Mm-hmm.
You get
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
for Ito to sandbag the match and make Stephanie look bad, you know, I say that because I've seen some matches from Stephanie that were so amazing,
Mm-hmm.
and too many of her matches were way too amazing
Right.
to think that she would be the reason for the match not having any luster tonight.
Mm.
I would blame it on Ito, EO, or whatever you want to call her.
Well,
Toe Jam.
This is where so and then the things picked up with all the interference. First we had the Secret Herbis come in, then Chelsea Green came in, then we saw Naomi come in, and then again, like I said earlier in the show about Roman, when Roman came in, the level of just being over and talent in that ring outshines the rest of the guys. Rhea is the Roman of the female because Rhea came in, that arena just goes fucking bananas, and she just commands everything in that ring. And like Johnny just said, everybody Rhea has been in there with has been phenomenal matches. Rhea is the true GOAT of the modern day WWE.
Better not say a bad thing about my future wife.
Would I do that?
No, I didn't think you would. Yeah, things picked up, and there you go again, proving the point. Um, a lot of things happened in that match after the fact, and I think it was Ito that was sandbagging it. And when Rhea Ripley got there, she had no choice but to work. And you seen that because that segment was better than the match.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, how about I want to throw this out there too. Something that I was reading, I think it was today or yesterday. The morale in the ladies' locker room is very high and lifted right now with Naomi as the world champion because she's one of the most loved talent in that locker room.
Do you believe all the bullshit that comes out of these press pieces?
I'm just telling you what I read, and I just wanted to get your opinion on that.
I don't believe that she's any more loved than anyone else in the locker room. I say it's a great thing that Naomi has the title, but I don't see morale going up in the women's division because she's the champion. I won't believe that. I believe the women's morale is up because they're doing 10 times better than the men in all performancing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how about it's kind of funny, like the morale might be up because that match Rhea and Io had at Evolution.
It may be up because Evolution wasn't the bomb that they thought it was going to be. With no backing whatsoever. It was an afterthought. It was some of the best wrestling, better than the Saturday night main event, in my opinion. We talked about that. And in weeks to come, when we see Summer Scam, as I'm going to call it, and I'm going to stick to my guns, it's Summer Scam. This is the big thing now. Let me give you the spoiler alert, as they like to say. Cody Rhodes is going to be a heel, and John Cena is going to be a face.
Yep. I mean, the way they left off SmackDown the other night was exactly it. Cody acted as the heel and Cena as the face.
Well, they gave you the signs because Cody is wearing the Rock's watch,
Mm-hmm.
and he had the Rock's sunglasses on.
Let's see. Another new name joining the show, but it's somebody I know. Coach C in the house. Hope all is well. Legends.
What's happening, Coach C?
Larry Jester says, even in Saudi Arabia, Rhea got a huge pop. Rhea gets a huge pop anywhere.
Well, the whole card tonight was really dead.
Yeah, it was.
Until Roman Reigns and Rhea Ripley.
Yep. Joey says, I wish they had, here's a name for you, Johnny. I wish they had Reggie Bennett these days. Remember her?
Who?
Remember Reggie Bennett? She was like a female, I think she was like a power lifter or somebody. This was like early 90s. She did like she was a female wrestler. She did like a construction worker gimmick. She used to come out with a hard hat. And I think she even came out, she would have like a sledgehammer with her. I'll have to find a picture of her and send it to you.
From TNA?
No. This was like early 90s.
WCW?
I don't know if she was ever in WCW.
She used to wear like a white wife beater deal with the hard hat, and she had curly hair.
It was like long
I remember
hair.
There was a chick that was in WCW that used to do the hard hat gimmick. She was pretty funny with it. Yeah, and in TNA when the bodies, what are they called? The beautiful people. They would always wrestle the beautiful people.
Wait, this was way
Never
before.
mind that. People. That's in Atlantic City. It's an every night occurrence.
They're coming to get you. Gianni says, hey, it could be true. I read recently online that the Pittsburgh Pirates will win the World Series next year. Hey, it could be true. Laugh out loud. Gianni also says, wasn't Reggie on Glow? No, I don't think so. Larry says, I didn't know the show was close to me. I could have gone. I'm about an hour from Houston. Okay. But sitting at home watching it, eating birthday freebies was nice too. Happy birthday, Larry. And yeah, I mean, like Johnny said earlier, I don't know if you were on yet. He said the best seat in the house to watch it is in your house.
It's home.
Yeah.
Absolutely it is. The only reason why I would want to go to the show is in case one of the girls falls out of their outfit.
Oh, too funny. All right,
yeah,
so
well, come on, man. Chelsea Green falls out of her outfit. That isn't worth the price of admission.
Hey. All right, so last up, we had Paul, Braun, and Bronson come to the ring to address Roman. Well, actually, Roman was coming to the ring to address them. And like I said, Roman is just so freaking over. I think what we're going to see with this situation in the for SummerSlam, I'm going to say my prediction is we're going to see, because I think they already dropped the Easter egg at the beginning of the show when they reminded everybody how Braun speared Roman when they first introduced Braun as part of their stable. And I think we're going to see Braun versus Roman at SummerSlam.
I think we're going to see Seth Rollins cash in the briefcase.
Oh, we're most definitely going to see that.
No, I think before anybody even expects it. I don't believe that the injury's real.
No, I've been saying it for the last week now.
I thought differently at first, but anymore I'm on the thought pattern of yeah, this is the biggest work.
I mean, that's the best thing they could do is really work everybody and do this ultimate swerve.
This may be the biggest work since the Black Sox won the World Series in the 30s.
We're going that far back.
Well, it was the fix was in, right?
So we see a lot of words go back and forth. Eventually, Roman Superman punches Braun, attacks Bronson. Braun comes back. They get the upper hand on Roman. In turn, Johnny's buddy Yeet comes out, Jey Uso, and the party starts, and they clean house, and away they go.
Ah, boy. It seems like they just keep pulling the same old, don't they?
4 letters, 1 word. Yeet.
Repeat.
Repeat it. Well, word is too, Jimmy Uso will be coming into Raw. I thought it was going to be tonight, but probably for next week, and he will be joining Roman's new bloodline.
So wait a minute. The new bloodline is Jimmy and Jey Uso with Roman.
Correct.
Wait a minute. That's the new bloodline?
Well, it's the rehashed bloodline. That's the repeat bloodline.
Well, the best thing is that probably they keep that Sami Zayn out of it.
Yeah. Turn him heel.
No, I think they're going to be bringing in one more of the Samoans. That's Zilla.
Zilla was on TNA last night.
That doesn't mean anything, does
No,
it?
I'm just saying. He was on TNA. Or there's the other one that we keep talking about too, Hikulea.
Hikulea has been on.
Has he been on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I missed him.
Yeah, you ask Gianni. He'll tell you.
Smarten me up there, Gianni. Gianni says the best seat in your house, and then come watch us afterwards for the recap. There you go, because you're already in your house.
Yeet.
Let's see. Larry said, I had to work on my actual birthday. I'm sorry. I'm yawning. I'm falling asleep. I think some expired today. It's nice some places give you a week and some give you a month to clean. Yeah, you got it. Whenever there's birthday freebies, you got to get that stuff.
Definitely.
I'm shocked Jay didn't do the yeeting and the yeet core before running to the ring. You know what's? Wait until the day Roman yeets, the people will fucking go bananas.
Oh boy, do you really believe he would do that? He would look weak.
He might not do it on camera.
There's only two types of people that yeet.
Okay, and who are the two types of people?
I don't want to get thrown off YouTube.
Oh, shit. All right. And Gianni says Jeff Hardy painted Zilla's face last night for the show. Oh, God. Well, there we go. That was tonight's. Oh, Michelle says Hikulea has been on SmackDown 4 and... Finish your statement, Michelle. There we go. We are, and for a while. Okay. Which one is is he with Solo?
Yes.
Is that the tall guy?
Yes.
That's Hikulea.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
I wonder if the WWE will tell us to stop saying yes.
Yeah, right. They're trying to get Bryan Danielson too. Let me throw this question out there before we wrap it up for the night. Rikishi.
Oh, what a bum.
Rikishi has been very outspoken on his podcast the past year about the booking the WWE does of his family, his children, etc., etc. But he came out the other day and he said they need to add him to the bloodline storyline as the new wise man for the family.
Boy, listen, Rikishi, stay at home, eat some cinnamon buns, eat some Hawaiian bread, do whatever you could do to just stay at home and off TV. It's the worst idea you came up besides your idea of even becoming a professional wrestler. Rikishi, man, stay home. Really, nobody wants to see your fat ass on TV anymore. And they listen. He doesn't like the booking they're doing for his family. Meanwhile, for the last 3 years, they hijacked SmackDown and Raw with the family of nonsense that the family's been on every single week, every single episode, day in and day out.
They could literally start a separate drama series of the whole family situation. Like
Well,
they could have their own hour weekly show each week.
yeah, they could do it from the local prisons too, because a lot of them are in prisons. Listen, man, nobody wants to see them. Nobody wants to see them on TV any more than they. Listen, I'd rather watch Jerry Springer than that.
Well, I think Gianni's. I mean, and yeah, he's just looking for a job.
Yeah,
Of course, look in the wrestling business. Everybody's looking for a payday.
you and I were the only two guys in professional wrestling that didn't receive a payday.
Yeah. All right, let me see. Larry says here, I'm jumping around. I was at a Bible study once, and it was my turn to read. I had the King James app, and someone thought I said yeet, and I said ye. Did they go like this?
That was funny. That was.
I think the fourth person with Roman will be Tama Tonga when he comes back from being injured. I was wondering where he is. So he's injured? Okay.
There's another thing about them. They're always all getting injured.
Yeah. That's nothing. No, it's been our
You
whole
get
life.
injured walking out to the ring. I don't understand it.
Larry says, saying what a bum when talking about Rikishi. No comment. Larry, just a heads up. This is why if you read down the ticker at the bottom of the screen, you'll understand why that ticker is there. Let's see.
Larry Rikishi is a bum. He's looking for a payday. They're all looking for a payday. He should stay home where he belongs. His best days are long behind him. They all think they got it. They all think they know something about wrestling. They were there and couldn't do much other than put their ass in people's faces. That was a great idea.
Gianni wants to know our thoughts on the Hardys versus the Dudleys, which is going to happen in October. TNA Bound for Glory. It happened. Well, Bubba Ray came out last night and issued the challenge to the Hardys at Slammiversary. Did you see any of that, Johnny? Actually, I probably not, because you said you didn't even know what happened.
No, I didn't know what happened, but I did hear about the Hardys and the Dudleys. And he wants my thoughts on the Hardys and the Dudleys, which is what I'm going to do, Gianni. And you're going to love this one. First of all, the Hardys. These are two kids that had so much money, they didn't know what to do with it. They're fools. Both of them are fools, and they should stay out of professional wrestling. They were great in their day, but right now I think they'd be robbing money and just being there on the card because you're the Hardys doesn't mean that we're going to get a match that was the Hardys when you were in the WWE at that time. As far as the Dudleys go, I think the Dudleys should give all their money and proceeds to Chubby Dudley, who's the originator of the Dudley, Yeah, who never received the dime nor the fame that these two fellas have. I don't have a problem with either one of them. I knew them from the ECW days, and in my crossings of them, they seemed like two pretty good dudes. I was friends with Dick Dudley, Sign Guy Dudley, um, and the other Dudley. There were so many Dudleys in the original. Do you remember, Chubby, how many Dudleys there
Yeah,
were?
yeah. Dudley.
What was the count? How many were there?
I think it hit 9.
9. Is that
Yeah.
including you?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you were the best one out of them all.
Well, thank you. I feel and actually Gianni asked me this question this afternoon. He had called me about a few things, and he asked me, and I'm going to say the same thing I said to him this afternoon. I will say with this match exactly what I said for the year of promoting the TWA One and Done show. This is a match about nostalgia. Don't expect to see these 4 men that gave us amazing matches 20, 25 years ago to have that same amazing match in October. It's, these guys are, I mean, I'm sure the Hardys are in their late 40s by now, the Dudleys in their early 50s, early mid 50s. The last time I talked to Devon back late last year, he was telling me that Bubba was pushing for, one more match, and he really didn't want to do it. And I saw he's working with DDP now, as of like a month or two ago, Devon, to try to drop some weight and help, his body with all the injuries over the years. So, they're going to have one more go at it. And, like I said, it'll be fun for nostalgia. Nostalgia is always fun. Just don't go expecting to see that 4 or 5 star match that you saw 20 years ago.
Do you think they'd be robbing money?
Hey,
seriously.
Here's the thing.
Man.
Here's
These
the
guys
thing.
today, they shouldn't be robbing the money, man.
But
Go sign some
problem,
autographs.
But the problem is people want to see it. That's the problem. So you're giving people what they want to see because 75% of the people are expecting to see what they saw 20 years ago. They're not smart to the business. They're not smart to expect the reality of what they're going to see. And the company is offering it to them. They're giving it to them. So, I mean, if I was in a position and if I knew I was able to do it, I would take the payday.
One of these listen, man. I'm not a fan of too many promoters as it stands, but I'm hoping that one of these promoters one day offers a ton of money to one of these old timers and they take the bait and then they get hurt. I want to see how they're going to react. Just to see how they would react. I mean, I know that sounds like a terrible thing to say, Chubby, but I mean, like them even offering Ric Flair money to get in a ring and him being a big, stupid idiot to take the money. Yeah, let's say he did really have a heart attack in the ring and die. Who's responsible? The promoter, the insurance company, or Ric Flair?
That's a good question. It's a good question. I mean, that last match that Flair had, I mean, that would fall on him. That was his whole deal. He booked that. He booked himself in that, and it was all built. That whole show was just fluff built around him because he wanted one last match to go out. He felt he can go out on a higher note, which was stupid. I think he, beside his own personal actions of being an asshole that he's done, his in-ring actions I felt was what's the word I'm looking for? Like desecrated by doing that match because he did basically have a heart attack in that fucking ring. I when I watched it afterwards, I was like, he's dead. He's fucking dead. I was like scared for him.
Well, for Ric Flair to book himself in there in that match and do it because he needed more money it's it says a lot. Here's a dude that bragged so many times about being a millionaire, whining and dining with kings and queens and all that shit there. And here he's going to die in the ring because he can't afford to give his fifth wife alimony check. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You know what's crazy? That I mean, the scary part is you think about it. That guy probably makes way more money now out of the ring for his appearances and everything he does than he did in the ring wrestling 300 days a year.
Yeah, but I don't believe he's being asked to be seen 100 days out of the year.
No.
You know, so that money isn't as much. You know, there aren't too many people giving Ric Flair the money he wants or thinks the money Ric Flair thinks he's worth.
Michelle says all four should donate their paychecks to charity for that match. Gianni says I want to see it, but the reality of the match is really going to be.
What match is he speaking of?
The Hardys and Dudleys.
I don't think the match will be anything worth viewing. Quite seriously, I mean, I don't think their bodies are able to hold up to what they used to be doing.
No, I agree. I mean, we saw them work that NXT show at the arena 6 months ago, and it was not a good match. So we will see. All right. On that note, thank you everybody for tuning in. We will be back next Monday night for another Breaking Raw to break down what we just watched. Kind of bummed we got to wait another like 12 days for SummerSlam.
Are you really bummed?
Well, I'm going to be bummed because I missed doing the show with you.
Oh, okay. Well, that's something to look forward to. But in all reality, these wrestling cards are just they're really not good. They are really not any good whatsoever.
And I miss all of our friends chiming in. And also, too, I need to give a couple shout outs. If you haven't heard, I've started a Patreon and I have a couple subscribers. And one of the perks is every time we do a show, I give a shout out to my subscribers. So, Vanessa and Stan, thank you so much for being subscribers. And their names are also mentioned in the description. So, a little bit of perks to getting them shout outs. What's Gianni saying? I'll be in Charlotte next week.
Does that mean he's going out with Ric Flair's daughter?
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah. All right. On that note, everybody have a great night. Johnny, you too, my brother. And
I will talk to you next week and before next week, of course, and look forward to speaking to every one of our YouTube viewers here.
Hey, you know, I just realized too, I forgot to click the button to put the comments on the screen.
Oh man.
I just saw it and realized, oh shit. All right, got to remember for next week. Remind me.
I will. If someone reminds me.
There you go. Have the sharks remind you. All right, Abby. We'll see you next week. Take care.